So we had a decent vacation. Usually, I guess with the leap year and stuff, usually the Halloween usually comes towards the end of the week. I usually, when I go out when my husband stays home and we do our staycation, we usually wind up staying home that Friday to rest. That didn't happen this time. This one, it was the opposite. My mom was coming over. I had to drop my son was in school, so this year we really couldn't, even with our staycation, we were limited to what we could do. We had planned this thing to go out to the beach every day, but the beach was an hour away. I thought it was just half an hour, but when I checked, it did, the maps and stuff, it was an hour away, and it just wouldn't, we wouldn't have been able to really stay long because we would have had to come back and get our son. So it was kind of different this year. So that Monday was Halloween. I got up early, I did my makeup, I did the dogs, in their little costumes. Dropped off my son to school, picked up my mother, got this because only one CVS had it, now all of them have it. Went to Petco because they always give my doggies little treats on Halloween, and so they gave me 2 bags of treats. They were pretty full. They got their treats. I went and did a small little grocery with my mom. She came over, she wanted to cook for us with her delicious Puerto Rican cooking. Had to go pick up my son, stuffed her face, watched a little bit of Walking Dead, because she had not caught up yet. She was finishing up season 6 on Netflix. Then I had to drive her home. So, it was like we were running around so much. The best part of the day, besides getting this, was eating her cooking. But Tuesday, we found a little museum by the airport that I didn't even know existed. They have a 1940s museum, which was really, it's just a tiny little museum, but it's just really interesting. Then the next day, my husband has a tooth infection. And so we had made plans to go out, and his face was all swollen, and we had to go do emergency dentistry. And we decided, well, hey, our insurance covers teeth cleaning, we might as well go. And so they took these full-on x-rays and did a full checkup on our teeth, and now we have to go back next week to actually do the cleanings, because it takes about an hour, they said, to clean the teeth. So my husband's gonna have to get that tooth pulled, it cracked and everything. So that kind of put a damper on things. But then, the next, he got his antibiotics, and then the next day, actually we had missed my husband's birthday was last week. So we actually went shopping and, got him a gift. I went to Dunkin' Donuts. I tried the new creme brulee coffee. And then, so then we went to, it was my son's birthday on Friday, actual birthday last Friday. So we went, he has to do extra credit for history because he's not doing too good in history. So we wound up going to one of the Buffalo Soldiers Museum, which is like, wow, I didn't even know about that. When the Africans were brought here as slaves, they were promised their freedom for the Civil War. They met up with the natives, and the natives said, you guys remind us of buffaloes because of the hair and the buffalo hair and the tenacity and the strength and the ferocity with which they fought reminded them of a buffalo. So they were named the Buffalo Soldiers. They would have the buffalo coats on and hats on, and so it kind of honored them and honored many of the African American military servicemen throughout the years, and found out how women got involved and how some women posed as men to fight, and it was just like really interesting. So he got that for extra credit. And then he wanted Rita's Ice really bad, so we found the Rita's. They closed down a few of them, but we found one up there. We were up in Houston, so we found one up there in Houston, and they had the pumpkin Rita's Ice with the pumpkin ice cream and the cream cheese ice cream, which is really good. So then we decided on Saturday, since we had been out all week, we didn't do a grocery, so we did a grocery and we rested all day Sunday. But I mean, usually we hit so many places and we're out all day, and it was like really limited. So, my husband was kind of disappointed, and so was I. But at the same time, I really appreciated that at least I had my husband to myself the whole day. And at least he got away from the property because he lives here. he lives where he works. He eats, sleeps, drink his job. He lives where he works, and so he just appreciated getting off the property. So we just decided that we'll just have to hit the other museums that my son was asked to go to on the weekends. You know, hit up a museum until he gets up to 5 museums. So you know, we'll just do that over the weekends, and he'll still get away from the property. So you know, so that was that, and you know, during that week, I just kept thinking and thinking and thinking.